Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the United Way for the Manchester United versus Luton Town Premier League preview. Manchester United face Luton Town on Saturday the 11th of November at 3 p.m. in the Premier League at home at the beautiful Theatre of Dreams, or some would even call it now the Nightmare of Dreams. As you know, Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 4-3 defeat to Copenhagen, but I do apologise that I sound and may look like shit. I have a cold, so please bear with me, and I have a bit of news at the end as well. Regarding tomorrow's game as well. But yeah, I'll go back to what I was talking about. Manchester United travelled to Copenhagen on Wednesday in the UEFA Champions League. Manchester United unfortunately lost 4-3 after going 2 goals up, and then Rashford, ever since Rashford got to send it off, basically everything went downhill since then. So, we play Luton, who have their previous game was a 1-1 draw against Liverpool at Kenilworth Road. Again, we know Luton Town have a small stadium. It's going to be sort of that stadium this season where they don't do great, but when you go to Kenilworth Road, they're going to try and give you some sort of battle because it's a small stadium and they're going to have they're going to have some sort of percentage of beating a big team when they face them at Kenilworth Road, as well. Again, they have a few threats as well. Luton Town, they have John, Ogbene, Morris. They have a few Barkley as well, Ross Barkley, who we can't forget about. Don't know what's will be entire here, but let's jump into the preview. Let's go. So let's start off with, again, the team we love and support, and that is, of course, Manchester United. Let's show our previous 5 games. We beat Copenhagen 1-0 in the UEFA Champions League. And again, a few days later, we lost 3-0 against Man City in the Premier League at Old Trafford. And then we faced Newcastle a few days later in the Carabao Cup and lost 3-0 also. And then we bounced back, beating Fulham by a goal to 0, all thanks to Bruno Fernandes for his goal in injury time. And we lost in a hectic, dramatic, crazy game against Copenhagen, 4-3 in the UEFA Champions League on Wednesday. So, it's not great that far. We've only won 2 of our last 5, but if you want to talk about Premier League, it's not that bad. That's not too bad. Sorry about that. If I do stop this video every now and again, it's because I have to sneeze on. I don't want to be rude. But let us know what you think of the form. You know, obviously you're looking at Premier League wise, stats wise. You know, we could say we won 3 of our last 4, but again, it's not pretty, I'll admit. It's not looking great. But yeah, let us know what you think. We've only won 2 out of our last 5. I would say, yeah, 2 out of our last 5 games. But if all the talk Premier League was, we beat Brentford, we beat Burnley, we beat Sheffield United. Like, you know, if I had to put Premier League form up here, it probably wouldn't look as bad, but it'd be very, very tight victories. But yeah, let us know what you think of Manchester United's previous 5 games. So, again, it's a game against Luton Town, and I think a bounce back is 100% needed as well. We need to bounce back. I think it's the last game before international break. So Manchester United need to get the win. Just go into the international break with a win. That's all I want. To go into international break with a win, and it'd be really, really nice if we could go into the international break with a win, with 3 points, instead of going into it with a loss or a draw. Because if we lose this game, there'll be pressure on a certain man. And yeah, it really, really is needed. And I feel like if you don't get it, especially against Luton, we have a lot of things to work on and a lot of problems to be solved as well. And if we don't get it, we'll probably go down the table and everything will just be like, where do we go from here? And Ten Hag will probably get sacked. So, I don't want them to go. I back them, but if things don't go well and we lose, international break, a week off, boom, sack him then. Sack him then. But I don't want them to be sacked. I'll back him and give him time. Give him time. Give the man. Things I do for you people to get content out when I'm sick is unbelievable. But we're going to talk about a certain player. I want to talk about Raphael. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry. I want to talk what is wrong with Varane. I want to talk about Raphael Varane quickly here, just briefly, because he hasn't been playing recently, and he came on against Copenhagen and he played absolutely shocking. Probably the worst I've seen him play in a long, long time in a Manchester United jersey. You know, you could say, yeah, look at 6-3 and 7-0 and 4-0 and whatever else you have in there. But he just doesn't look it. Is him and Ten Hag going through a bit of a sticky patch, which I don't know what it is with Ten Hag, but he's had a few problems with Ronaldo. He had problems with Sancho. He's had problems with Varane, by the looks of things. I mean, I like Varane. I think he's one of our best defenders. With the players we have fit, with the defenders we have fit at the moment, with the centre backs especially, I think he's our best defender. But if he's playing, Ten Hag is playing, there's three defenders who are getting more game time than Varane recently, and that's Maguire, Johnny Evans, and Victor Lindelof. Obviously, he was dropped for the Manchester derby because of tactical reasons, according to Ten Hag. Obviously, it was tactical reasons that didn't end well for Manchester United. But I don't know, is it the end for Varane? He just doesn't look bothered. He came on against Copenhagen and he didn't look bothered. And, you look at last season when we had a back four of Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, Raphael Varane, and it was either Dalot or Wan-Bissaka. It was switching, changing there. I think we, De Gea, he got the top glove award in the Premier League, which was great to see. Not bad for a so-called shit keeper, right? Which we should have kept. I don't know why we didn't. That's one thing I question Ten Hag on. But no, I really, really do think that, Varane can be a good defender, but if it is problems with him, if there is a problem with Ten Hag and Varane behind the scenes, I hope it's something that it could be worked on. I hope Ten Hag doesn't be like, I want an apology, because when you have people like Varane, who is very calm, he doesn't look like a player who would want to cause any trouble. Just looks like he wants to have a good relationship with the management, his teammates, the fans, the club, everything. He does look like a person that would look for trouble. And again, obviously, if he's not happy with something, he's not going to say, I'm not happy with that, but I'm going to go around with a smile on my face. But he just doesn't look bothered. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like a game against Luton Town, no disrespect to Luton Town, like I said at the start, they have decent players, they know, but one thing obviously they're lacking on, and I hope I don't get clipped for this, and I hope I don't get caught out for this, touch wood. It should be, that we should, they don't score a lot of goals, but their set pieces are what they're good at. Again, we know Varane hasn't got pace, but okay, he'd be coming up against Morris and Bene maybe on the flanks, or some sort like that. I'm not sure if McBennett is injured or fit. He came off against Liverpool with a bit of a problem, but obviously he seems to be fully fit. So I don't know. I like Varane, but I won't be surprised if we get it in January or just next summer, especially. You get Saudi clubs coming in for likes of Varane and Donny van de Beek and so on and so forth. Anthony Martial as well. So I really, really hope that we can sort of get Varane back to himself, because, like I said, he doesn't look it. Again, listen, if I'm Varane, obviously, I don't think he'd be a player to be full of himself. So I don't think he'd be going around saying, I'm better than Varane, I'm better than Varane, I'm better than Maguire, I'm better than Johnny Evans, I'm better than Lindelof, which is true, which he is better than those three centre-backs, by the way. Even when they are on top form, Varane is still levels above, I think. Look at the trophies he's won, look at his caliber, look at his history. He's been such a brilliant centre-back for Manchester United. Obviously, injuries have sort of been a course to Raphael Varane in his career, especially since arriving to Manchester United. So I really, really hope that, I don't think he'd be big-headed saying, oh, you're not playing me over him. I think he's just a bit like, why? If you don't trust me, then why should I play well for you? Why should I trust you? And again, this should be a separate video altogether, but I just don't know what the problem is with Varane. There's days where he's sick, there's days where he's not sick. You get told he's on antibiotics. Just like me at the moment to be cold, right? I don't have Varane even gets over sickness as quick as he does. But move on. So I just hope that there's no beef between Ten Hag and Raphael Varane. I really, really hope that, because I love the bottom, I love Ten Hag, I love Varane, I really, really do. But if there is a problem there, Varane is going to want to move on. And if we lose Raphael Varane, that's big in my opinion. If you're going to lose him, make sure you have a top-class replacement. Honestly. Because we're going to have Leach back sometime next year. January, I think it is. January, February. You're going to have... You have Luke Shaw back well by then, and Tyrone Malacia. So, we'll hopefully have a fully fit team arriving then. And Varane is good, and I think maybe he's a bit rusty, but you've been seeing it in the build-up to Copenhagen's, was it third or fourth goal? He kicked the ball. No one was around him. He just kicked the ball and it got back to Copenhagen. So, and then Copenhagen scored not long after that. So, I feel like a game against Luton Town, with Johnny Evans obviously being confirmed that he will be out for the game against Luton Town. Honestly, if Ten Hag plays Lindelof and Maguire, Varane's going to say, fuck this, I'm done. I sit back. What else can I do? I'm going to try and get a move away to elsewhere, Saudi. So that's what you think the problem is with Raphael Varane. I just think obviously we know, it's not rocket science. He's not happy because Ten Hag not picking him obviously recently. And I feel like Raphael Varane should be starting every single game when available. Personally, that's what I think. But yeah, I mean, it's not like you can say, "Oh, I'm gonna keep you for the big games," because you're not gonna drop Varane for 5 games just to keep him, just so he's available for the Liverpool game. Because he's gonna go into that game and he's not gonna be up to scratch. He's just, what I mean. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. So yeah, let us know what you think the problem is Raphael Varane. I just think him and Ten Hag at the moment are having a bit of a tiff. Not a tiff, but I just don't think he's happy. He doesn't look happy, and yeah. That's how I think the problem is with Raphael Varane. Now, let's talk about talking point. This is not talking point show. Pressure on Ten Hag. Now, we know with recent Manchester United managers, the pressure's always going to be on. But at the moment, the pressure on Ten Hag is huge. Very, very huge. He's What is he? He's lost nine losses in 17 games, something like that. Well, it can hardly be 17 losses in 9 games, so 9 losses out of 17. It's not great. And I feel like if things don't go well against Luton Town, which they should go well, especially at home, but the pressure is on Ten Hag. Even after the full win, there was still pressure there. One win. If we beat Luton tomorrow, you're not going to say, right, then pressure's off, let's move on. No. Never. That's not the case here. But you do hope that we can. I go back to Ten Hag. I've said it before, and like I said when we played Fulham, we could lose 10-0 against Fulham and it's still back up. That's the same for Luton. But if we do lose against Luton Town, I'll still be Ten Hag here, but I want to ask questions of him. And I do question some of Ten Hag's decisions as it is. Again, the people that want Ten Hag out, that's fair enough. It's your decision. This is what makes football enjoyable, and this is why people like me have came up with this fan channel, because I want to have debates. I want to have any rows. We have lads part of this channel and we come on, we have debates. They might look like rows, but it's just a debate. So if you are Ten Hag out, by all means, that's fair enough. I do not hate you. I respect what you want, but I just personally think Ten Hag should remain as it is. Remain Manchester United manager for the time being. Hopefully things will change when Ratcliffe comes in. I'm not getting my hopes up because I don't think they will, but you never know with Sir Jim. But again, there's a lot of pressure on Ten Hag, and like I said, if things don't go well against Luton Town, I really feel like that'll just be one nail in the coffin, and then that nail could break the coffin, and then that could everything shatter. Ten Hag gone. But my problem is, who are we going to bring in? I don't want Ten Hag to go, but if things did go wrong and Ten Hag did get sacked, I'd be like, right, who we got to bring in? People are saying Diego Simeone. What? To have a load of clean sheets, but have a goal difference of 2? Diego Simeone might be good defensive football, but that means you're going to miss. Again, when I say this, people are like, oh yeah, nice. But you like to go in a back 5 or at least a 3. He's the defensive football man. And again, he'll come in here and he won't take shit off any man. He won't take the crap off Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony Martial, even Garnacho, which I like Garnacho. He's not really a moany player. He's young, so, Harry Maguire, Andrew Onana, the players that we look at and say, Mounbag, crap, always doing this, always selfish. He won't take shit off that. But you want to go defensive football? You want to have a back 5 of, you want to have this could be a back 5. Shaw, right? Varane, Leach, and Lindelof. That doesn't sound bad, by the way. And Ramzak or Diogo Dalot. Doesn't sound bad. But then you're going to have a midfield of Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and probably Scott McTominay. Honestly, I'd play him out, but obviously. And then that's a 5-3-2. Then you're going to have Højlund and Martial up top. Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? Diego Simeone is shocking. We want that manager who could come in and be more disciplined and don't let players away with nothing. Ten Hag doesn't let players away with nothing, but because he does that, because we want the manager to do what we asked to do, and then he's doing it. People are like, oh, so then he's doing this, then he's doing that. Beggars can't be choosers, and we have a manager who does that job. And yeah, people can say, oh, Ten Hag is too big-headed. Okay, fair enough. But why did we want them? For the exact reason I'm speaking about. So, and then you bring in Zinedine Zidane, who literally specifically said when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked, no. Like the thing that was going around, he was learning English to pretty much just stay off Manchester United. I know people are saying, oh, so Dean, if Zinedine Zidane said, I'll take the job if Ten Hag gets sacked, I'll be like, all right, there's an option there, but no. No. And we're looking at the sporting manager. I don't know. And then Ratcliffe was looking at Graham Potter. And of all, like, you know what I mean? It's the problem is not Ten Hag. The problem is not Ten Hag, but the pressure is always going to be on Ten Hag. It's never going to be on the players. And the board get away with it. The board get away with it. The board get away with, have gotten away with a lot of things to take over Manchester United. Obviously, when the Glazers took over, what was it? Fergie was still managing Manchester United. So, we look at Fergie, he didn't have the greatest start as Manchester manager either. So, Ten Hag can't turn things around. And because he's switching and changing and trying to risk things, people are like, oh, what is he doing that for? What the hell are you doing, Ten Hag? You have to back him like last season. What happened to last season? Well, he was playing Maguire and the players that we didn't want to see play and going all mental, and we won obviously, but we're like, back Ten Hag. This season it's like, oh fuck that, not backing up, no. I don't blame. I'm not an excuse maker. Ever since I've started this, I actually have made an excuse maker. But if you have constant injuries like we have at the moment, it's big. And when you have players' forms who are just gone out the window, and he's trying to do different things, which again, sometimes I do question. I question it. But what can you do? What can you do? Maguire may be doing well at the moment, but I still wouldn't be playing him. I'd want to have a back four of at the moment with Reguilon, Lindelof, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. People say, oh yeah, but that's a slow defence. So is Maguire any quicker? I know I've talked about this. Going to be a longer preview now, but you just have to realise where I'm coming from here. The pressure is on Ten Hag, and even if we do beat Luton Town, it's not going to go away unless it's an absolutely convincing win. Like just to remind you, we beat Copenhagen if Rashford's still on that pitch. By the way, we beat Copenhagen if Rashford doesn't get sent off. So yeah, but that's all what you think. Pressure on Ten Hag, it is, but will it remain that way? And yeah, so another question. Ten Hag, stick or twist? Again, I said this in the game against Copenhagen, stick or twist. Really stick with the same team that played against Copenhagen. Obviously, Johnny Evans is injured, so he's going to have to bring in Lindelof or Varane. More than likely, it'll be Raphael Varane, you'd imagine, you hope. So, yeah, personally, I would drop Dalot. I have it play a left back at left back. Okay, play a left back at left back. Alright. I'd bring in Varane. I would like to see Amrabat play, but I don't think Ten Hag will. So I feel like he'll stick with the same top three with Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, and Marcus Rashford on the right. I do personally think that'll happen. I think he'll stick with the same midfield. So it's not really a stick, but it's a bit of a twist. So yeah, that's what you think. What would you do? Would you stick or twist? I just think Ten Hag will. Well, I don't think, but what I do is I bring in Reguilon and Raphael Varane. He has to bring in Varane. Like seriously, he might have played poor today when he came on, but if you keep playing him and have a bit of backup, Bill. If we're playing Rashford, who's playing shit, but he's still being backed, why not play Varane? He's playing shit. Back him, no. But that's all what you would do. Will Ten Hag stick or twist, or will he keep it the same? Will there only be one change, and he'll bring in will there only be one or two changes, or But yeah, now team fight again. It's needed. It really, really is needed. We did have a bit of before Rashford got sent off. We were playing well, very, very well. We need to have a bit of fight, and if hopefully we don't get a man sent off tomorrow against Luton Town, but if that does happen, and it's Luton Town, remember, okay, Luton Town, Copenhagen better than Luton Town, right? Fair enough. That's what we're going to say, right? I think. So we have to have team fight tomorrow. We have to play against Luton Town, and we have to fight for the ball. Don't have that in the back of our mind, like, oh shit, we're shit defensively. Luton can maybe cause a threat to our defence with pace. All right, fair enough. We'll go into that game and look ahead and say, I want to win. I want to get the ball. I'm going to fight for the ball. Like I said before, Oh, if a player makes a good tackle, or clears the ball, or kicks it out for a throw when the team are on the track, I want to see people going over saying, shaking hands. You know, we've seen last season the little things that were made, hugging, high five, slaps, on the back, all sorts of things. This season it's like, oh yeah, sound, man, was that good? Yeah, thanks. We're not seeing that. So team fight, I know it's a team fight to beat Luton, come on. But it's something we're lacking in. And we're lacking in team spirit, team confidence, and team fight. We had that last season. I don't know what the problem is this season. And again, I don't want to keep going back to last season, but it is true. It is true. Now, how can Man United beat Luton Town? Let's be honest, I don't want to underestimate Luton Town because they could have beat Liverpool, but if we are traveling to Kenilworth Ward Road, I'll be a bit, it's not the biggest stadium in the world, and literally their fans are nearly on the pitch. They have a dog who's a fan, which is actually deadly, but still, how much I could be Luton Town is see that first half hour, 35 minutes you see it against Copenhagen before the Rashford sending off. We want a bit of that, but I want it to keep going. I want to see it. I want to see chances being taken. I want to see the balls. I want to see Rasmus Højlund getting service. We've seen it against Copenhagen. If you give the service to Rasmus Højlund, he will put it in the back of the net, even if it's a sitter. Honestly, even if it's a sitter. But that's how I think Manchester United can be Luton Town. Like, we don't have to do a lot. They're here in the Premier League for a reason. They're going to come up with they're going to come in with some sort of confidence, thinking they can beat us. But I think we've played each other a lot of times, and we beat them. We literally beat them in every single one at Old Trafford. So it's been a long time since they beat us at Old Trafford, but that's a stat I don't really rely on or look at. But yeah, just do what you do. The football we've seen against Copenhagen before the Rashford standing off, I want to see a bit of that, but I also want to see a bit of fight as well. And I want to see us just keep it up and keep it up and keep it up as well. But how do you think Manchester United could be Luton Town? I know some might be saying, oh yeah, honestly, seriously, how do you think Manchester United can be Luton Town? I can't believe I'm actually asking that question, but it's a question I ask in nearly every sort of preview. But yeah, we're coming at the end of the preview now. We'll talk about our opponents, who are, of course, Luton Town. I just want to go through a few stats. So Manchester United are 8th in the Premier League. You have 6 wins, 0 draws, and 5 losses. Manchester United's average goals scored per match is 1.09. Average goals conceded per match is 1.45. And chances, we have 3 clean sheets, and chances created per match was 1.64. Our biggest win was a 3-2 win against Nottingham Forest. Oh God. And our biggest defeat was a 3-0 loss to Manchester City. Now over to Luton Town, who are 17th in the Premier League. You have only won 1 match, 3 draws, and 7 losses. Average goals scored per match is 0.91. Average goals conceded per match is 1.91. They have 0 clean sheets in the Premier League. Chances created per match was 1.45. Their biggest win was against Everton away, and that was 2-1. And their worst defeat was a 4-1 loss against Brighton and Hove Albion. And Manchester United's top goal scorer in the Prem is Bruno Fernandes with 3. Scott McTominay with 3, and Charlton Morris also has 3 as well. And Bruno is the top assister coming into this game with 2. So, and I want to go through how latest is as well Rooney. Just before I get stuck in, I like reading through stats, give people a bit of insight and all that good stuff as well. Obviously, it's not showing me what I want to see. Yeah, that's not showing me what I want to see. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. That's cool. So that is the stats. Now, let's move into, of course, Luton Town. So, as you know, Luton Town are coming into this game. I'm sure they have a bit of confidence after getting a 1-1 draw against Liverpool. I'm sure they will. I watched that game, the second half, and a bit of the first half, and Luton played well. You have to give it to them, but at Kenilworth Road, it's a tough one. It seems to be a tough place to go to. Where Tottenham just about won there. Liverpool got a draw there. So but they've only won one away game, and that was against Everton. 2-1 as well. But here is Luton Town's previous 5 games. They lost 2-1 against Burnley, who are struggling in the Premier League. They lost 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. They drew 2-2 against Nottingham Forest. They lost 3-1 against Aston Villa, and they drew 1-1 against Liverpool. So again, Luton have only won. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, Luton Town haven't won any of their last 5. Oh, that's weird. I honestly thought Luton Town won at least one. Obviously, Everton. Obviously, that was one. Luton Town. A win for Luton Town would still keep them 17th, depending on goal difference. Yeah, 17th would even a win. They have a goal difference of -11. But a Manchester United win would, if results go our way, would put us 6th on 21 points. But that depends on how Newcastle, Brighton do as well. Which away will put us up the pecking order, and that will put us on 21 points, and that'll be 3 points behind Arsenal, depending on how they do as well. And even Liverpool as well. That's the problem. We're only 9 points. Is it behind City? Well, we're not going to win the Premier League, but we're only 6 points behind fourth place. 6 points behind fourth place. 6 points behind fourth place as well. So yeah, Luton Town, just to add, haven't won any of their last 5 games. Burnley are struggling. So they don't score a lot either, Luton, do they? They don't score a lot either. They don't score a lot of goals either. But yeah, obviously they do have a top goal scorer. He goes by the name of Carlton Morris, with 3 goals. It's not a lot, but it's goals. It's goals. It's goals. It really, really is. They do have top assister. Doherty and Morris were only 1. You have another player as well, Baker, I think it is. I think his name were only 1 as well. So they do not have a lot of assists or a lot of goals in their bank. Will Luton Town fancy their chances? I think they'll come up and they'll be like, right, let's give it a go. Let's see what we can do here. Let's test them. But honestly, I think if we play like we did against Luton Town, Copenhagen, and before Rashford got sent off, I think we could get a good win here. But we should be beating Luton with the team we have, and even on the form we're on. But I do think they'll come up, hyped, and hopefully they can get a bit of a win. We drew against Liverpool and all that good stuffs. But they realise Old Trafford, hopefully we can get the job done. How can Luton Town beat Manchester United? Again, that's a question from me to you to me. Luton basically just have to keep pressing us and getting on top of us and using that pace they have against us, and be top class on your balls, on your set pieces as well, because we struggle with them, and Luton Town are good with set pieces as well. So I do expect Luton to give it a go. I really, really do. Any team who plays Manchester United and Old Trafford are going to try and give it a go, regardless of who it is. But you can imagine, like, the were glimpses of improvements against Copenhagen, and if you just keep that going, but I know before Rashford started off, I don't keep mentioning it, but I still am confident I'm going to stick. If Rashford was still on that pitch, we would have beaten them. We would have beaten them as well. Let us know how you think Luton can do, how you think Manchester United can do as well. So let's jump into predicted 11s. So I'm going to go with a 4-3-3 or 4-3-2, whatever way you look at this team. It's going to be Onana in nets, in goal. A back four of Serge Reguilon. I just think we need to have a proper left back. I really do. And then we're going to have a centre back partnership of Harry Maguire and Raphael Varane. I think we need to start Varane especially. And Wan-Bissaka right back, who came back into the squad solid as a rock. So let's start him. A midfield trio of Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen, and Bruno Fernandes. I just don't think he's going to change much. If you're going to see anyone come in, you might see Mount or Amrabat. But I think this is a good game for Mason Mount to start in. I really do. Honestly, I really think this is a good game for Mount to start in. You can go to 4-1-4-1. You could have McTominay as a DM, or then you could have, Garnacho, Bruno, Mount, Rashford, and Højlund. But I wouldn't play Højlund when he's deep, or Højlund when he's deep. McTominay when he's playing deep, he's poor. He really is poor, but he's playing a lot deeper as well. But I just think he's going to stick with the same trio. He was kind of forced to take off very soon. What happened also? And Bruno Fernandes you're never going to drop the captain. Simple as. Garnacho on the left, Rashford on the right, and Rasmus Højlund down the middle. Some would say drop Rashford, but we'll need his pace, and hopefully he can score a goal. I just think Anthony, I just don't think he'll start him. I think he'll stick with the team that done some sort of well against Luton or against Copenhagen. That's what you think of my predicted 11. Score predictions. I do expect Manchester United to bounce back. I don't expect it to be a 4-5-6-0 win. I hope it is, obviously. I do think we will beat Luton Town, and I think it'll be a 2-0 win to Manchester United. Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford. I know. I'm predicting two players to score a goal who have scored in the Premier League a long time. I just think Rasmus Højlund will get off the mark. It's a good game for him. Hopefully those 2 goals against Copenhagen can give him a bit of confidence. And I just think Rashford he'll score at the Trafford end, on the right, coming in from the left. Bit of a call, back of the left, bottom left. Man. Do the old typical Rashford celebration with the finger to the head. But that has been the Manchester United versus Luton Town Premier League preview. A bit longer than usual, but I do what I do best. But there will be no watch along, of course. I will be attending the game. I'm going over to Manchester United to play Luton Town. I'm really looking forward to it. I think I picked a good game. I really do, because look at our form at the moment. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be long. I'll have videos and I have videos and photos up as well. So please sure to check it out. Again, if you follow the channel and you see me, by all means, come up, say hello. We'll talk about the game, and thanks for watching. There will be Glaze. I think there's something to do with the Glaze for the match of protest or something like that. So I will be there for around 12 p.m. So make sure to if you see me, by all means, pop up. But thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all on Sunday for the 5 talking points. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Come on, you